The other day, see how this recorder has like a red line or a red light on? The other day I was working on this been working on, and this girl's getting married, and like it's right before the wedding, and there's so much left to do, and you know the stress, totally normal. But she's sitting there having her hair done, and she's swearing up a storm, and she's just at her wit's end. You know, she's just like, fuck this, fuck that, I'm so fucking tired. And she goes, and she's like, after like 5 minutes of this, she looks at the table, she's like, someone's phone's going off, whose phone is that? And she's pointing at my audio recorder.
No way.
And I go, oh, that's mine, that's my audio recorder. And she's like, you've been recording this?
Are you kidding?
I'm like,
that should be a podcast.
I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I work for a family newspaper, you know.
That's awesome.
So funny.
Sorry, I'm trying to build you a little camera monkey real fast to show you like some of the other stuff you do with this thing.
I think it's cool. Are they high res? Could you like
not
use
really,
those anywhere?
Not really. They and you know what? I'll have you take a look at this, but they're pretty small. They're only like 1.5 meg. I mean, but it's like limitless what you can do.
Dude, so you missed the idea blog, but check this out. This video is called "Are We Being Milked by Government?"
Are you sick of being milked by government? Don't you think it's time to do something besides just complain about it? Well, now's your chance. My name is I'm running for District 34, House seat, and I need your help to change the mentality of state government in Idaho. Doesn't it seem that no matter where we turn, government is there telling us what we can and can't do?
I love how the cow is
Even our own
The cow's like so pissed.
It's not the Idaho that I want my children to grow up in.
And look at the cow. It's like the
If you don't think
most
now is the right
ridiculous
time,
cow you've ever seen.
remember what
And not just that
Ronald
too, you got a cow's ass facing the camera the whole time. Like what an asshole.
She doesn't like getting milked very much either.
That's great. That's good.
But it's cool. Like, you had like these bam, arr,
Yeah.
you had like thought windows and stuff like this, and the papers are cool too. You see,
I love it.
Like I have a baseball, because we were talking discussing, but they'll have different papers you have and stuff, and they also have like a film thing too, where you actually use different film rolls. So there's a lot of filtration at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like the book is cool. The
Oh,
positive
yeah.
blood. Like you want to do like a zombie or
Oh,
something.
yeah. That's cool.
I mean, it's a cool little app. So I just chose that, and then you have like, you can go into there and
Oh yeah, all those kind of things.
yeah, and you can make them like,
Classified.
oh, that lightning bolt.
Yeah. So good.
So like guys in press rooms sleeping,
Yeah.
press food. That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have all of that coffee stain, it's kind of fun.
That's a great app. I love it.
That's awesome. Reminds me when I was in middle school. We lived near the 17 in San Jose. So we would mess around. My buddy Kenny Rogers and I would mess around with CBs and talk to truckers at nighttime.
Yeah.
And very similar thing, just craziness. Some of the stuff that's happening out there on the CBs.
So back in the day when we would do this, we're talking like 1990, 91, it was legal. And one time the cops came. We were sitting in this apartment complex in California at night, just sitting in our car in the parking lot. Pretty suspicious, right? And we were listening to this great call. This is before we even started recording. We heard some of the best stuff. But these cops pull up. So these
it's
cops
legal.
pull up, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And I was thinking to myself, well, it's legal, so I'm just going to tell them what we're doing. So I'm like, yeah, we're just sitting here listening to people's phone calls, We're not up to anything. And show them the scanner, and it's like you can hear somebody on the phone, like, while we're sitting there.
Back in the day was so much fun. I was out the other day. Remember when we didn't even have cell phones?
Yeah.
Remember when you told somebody, okay, I'll meet you at Great America. We'll be there at 10:30 at the front gate waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you would really secure it. Like, sure, we'll be there at 10:30. And I used to love those days because you could sit around for 15 minutes. And let's say you were waiting for your cousin, John, who you don't really like. And you wait around and it's like 12 minutes. Like, just go. Let's go, man. I don't like my cousin John. Let's just take off. We can tell him we waited for him.
Yeah.
You know, you get away with that stuff back then. Now, oh, let's call John. He's coming. Oh, I'm stuck in traffic. Be there in half an hour. So now you're obligated.
Yeah.
You have to hang out because he knows you already made that contact. Back when you had no cell phones, we were younger. You could do whatever you want. I mean, as long as you were home by the time the lights came on. That's my family always told me. Make sure when the lights came on the streets, you better be home by then. That was all we had to worry about.
It was a free for all.
It was great.
Yeah.
My parents, like my brother and I nowadays, every now and then, like when we're out to dinner and stuff, we'll just drop some crazy story on my parents and they just can't believe it. You know?
About what you guys used to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, we were in Sunnyvale. Remember that time we were in Sunnyvale skateboarding those banks? And my parents were like, how you guys get to Sunnyvale? County Transit, 75 cents. Like we're 25 miles away from our house. Like 13-year-olds. My parents don't know. I mean, stuff that you should not be doing. I mean, I was like, here we are in Salt Lake and telling your parents, oh yeah, we were down in Ogden for the day skateboarding some random banks that you probably shouldn't be doing.
My kids are already starting to tell me that stuff. They're like, one of my kids is like, yeah, in Spanish, every time there's a test, there's a girl who sits by me during the test and copies off my answers. And my wife's a teacher, so it's funny because it's like, maybe you shouldn't say this around a teacher, you know? Like, I can handle it.
You talking about that crazy recording that you had earlier, that lady going ballistic? When I sold my vehicle a little while back, the worst thing about selling my vehicle is that I left the D. Antwoord album that you burnt me, the Zeph side. But at the end of that Zeph side, you have some of those, the Laramie Project? Not Laramie Project, the...
Longmont Potion Castle. Yeah.
Exactly, you have some of those on there. So I'm sure the first off, like, it was D. Antwoord, like, what the hell is this? And I don't know what track it was on, so I'm thinking some of those crank calls are great.
Yeah. That guy is one of the best crank call artists of all time. Because it's so bizarre, you know. He's not just calling with a prank. He's more surreal.
My name is Giannitti. I need some dances over here. We don't have no dances.
I love it.
I love the tough shit.
Yeah, the tough shit. I guess he's got a new album out. Yeah, he's got a new album. You can only get it online.
I got a motorcycle. I got a ramp. I'll jump over your sheds. Alright, here's some jerk-off material. You ready, Giannini? That chick is all crazy. Go fuck you. Fuck yourself. And your parents. Is that good enough for you, Giannini? That's like the best one.
So great. You know, there's a new thing. We were talking about backups last time. Amazon's got a new backup service. 1 cent per gigabyte per month. Pretty cheap.
That's extremely cheap. You actually could afford like 2 terabytes.
Yeah, that'd be like $20 a month for 2 terabytes.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
That's extremely good.
Right now,
everything.
The only problem is right now you have to know programming you have to program something to upload your stuff. It's kind of high end right now.
Okay.
But I'm sure pretty soon there'll be like an uploader.
Yeah.
Then you could just throw all your photos on there.
That's crazy.
And it's just cheap.
That makes perfect sense. I would totally do that because right now I just have tons of hard drives.
Yeah, hard drives. Right, I'm sick of external drives.
Back up.
So this is it's called Amazon Glacier. And I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to change everything. The one thing they do, the reason it's cheap, one of the things they do is if you want to get your files, you have to wait several hours. So it's not instant. They kind of put a delay in there to protect the pricing of their higher priced backups, you know. But, you know, for like if your house burned down, it's that kind of
Oh, totally.
backup where you don't care if it takes a day or so to get your stuff back. You just know you're going to get it back. So